So, congratulations. You signed a supplier contract with Wayfair, and Wayfair tells you you have to do EDI. So, what do you want to do there? Is you want to start looking and planning for EDI software, see what selection and which one you're going to utilize, how it's going to be installed if it needs to be installed. You're going to be looking at project planning and implementation of that EDI software. You're going to have testing, you're going to have training, you're going to have everyday support that's going to need to be accounted for. You're going to have different types of EDI communication that needs to be selected if you are able to select which type of communication you're going to be doing with them. You're going to have the complete end-to-end support. So looking into chargebacks, resolving those issues, all those things you're going to need to do, and the daily processing of those EDI documents. And then, of course, the big major one is going to be document integration. So document integration is the reason that most people do EDI. It's to lessen the manual, to lessen the errors, to lessen the human intervention for processing purchase orders in and out of your system. So as we look into how you're going to be dealing with Wayfair, you're going to be going ahead and you're going to be dealing with purchase orders, which are 850 documents. You're going to figure out which means of communication you're going to be doing, whether that's a VAN, which is an EDI mailbox, FTP, or AS2. And exchanging those documents, you're going to have ship to information, item information, ship via, so the carrier that's being dealt with, what's the quantity of the product, what's the ship date, what's the delivery dates. All of those things are going to be coming through on that purchase order so that it can create a sales order in your system, and it's known as an 850. So Wayfair system, purchase order to your system, either using VAN, FTP, or AS2, and it's going to be known as an 850 document. In return, your system should be able to create what is called a functional acknowledgement. That functional acknowledgement is also known as a 997. So it's going to be, they send you a purchase order, you in turn send them a 997. It's just saying that you've received a document or acknowledging that you've received a document. It's not saying that it's fully processed into your system successfully. It's just an exchange of saying, yes, we got that. Now that's going to be the same thing that's utilized with other EDI documents. So it's a common document to let the sender know that you've received their payload or their file that they've sent to you. The next thing that you're going to be dealing with is now we have a purchase order acknowledgement, also known as an 855 document. That 855 is saying, hey, you sent us that purchase order. Now we need to tell you what we're actually going to be able to ship, where we're sending that product. What's the unit price? What's the conversion methods, eaches, cases? Do we accept that? All of those things are going to be in the purchase order acknowledgement so that they know what's coming back to actual Wayfair. So Wayfair can provide that to the direct client or customer. Along with that, you're going to have Wayfair sending you an 869, which is an order status inquiry. That order status inquiry is saying, hey, where's my product? What's going on? Where's it at? When's it going to be delivered? In return, you're going to send them an 870. That 870 is an order status report. That order status report is just giving them a heads up. Hey, we're ready to ship the product. It'll be sent out tomorrow. You give them some defined details as to what's going on with their order. Now, when you're actually ready and you've packaged and you've printed the UCC 128 label and you've done all those different things that you needed to do to put that shipment together, now we're going to send them an advanced ship notice, otherwise known as an 856, or another term that's used is ASN. So an advanced ship notice is going to tell them where it's being shipped to, how much is being shipped, how many cartons are contained, what are those label numbers that are on each of the cartons, what's the quantity in each of those cartons, all of the particulars to the actual product that's being sent over to them, to their facilities. Now we want to get paid. So guess what? Product's been delivered. We want to get paid. It's time to send them an invoice. And that's also known as an 810 document. So we're going to send that. We're going to tell them, hey, we've sent you the product. You've accepted it. Everything's good to go. Now you need to pay us. So we're going to be sending them an 810 document. What you might find is, hey, Wayfair wants to know what's going on with your inventory. How much inventory do you have available? What's that quantity that you have that's not allocated, that's sitting there ready to ship? The items, the quantity, the unit of measure, what warehouse is it coming out of? All the various detail dealing with your item information so that they can update their system to say, hey, this is what we have available of this supplier's products. That's also known as an 846 document. One, the 846 is your inventory advice. So now that concludes what you're going to be dealing with Wayfair. Wayfair could down the road add other documents or any of the other things. But if you have any questions, reach out. Jim Gonzalez, EDI Support. We're here to help you out.